we have to talk about the news that ran wild today. Travis Kelce, what you've been saying, the most underpaid guy in the NFL, and that is finally over, JD. So it was reported that it was a 2-year extension, but really it's just a new 2-year deal for Travis Kelce worth $34.25 million, replacing his previous deal where he had 2 years left on his contract, which is $30.25 million. So he's under contract through 2025, initially reported to 2027, which was not the case at all. So JD, before we get your reaction to it, Travis Kelce did have something to say about it earlier today. So this is what Travis Kelce had to say about his new contract.
Mm-hmm. Back at it again, baby. Woo! Had to see a little Super Bowl right there, man. Feels good to be in KC. I remember coming here 12 years ago, man. It's an honor and a pleasure, and I can't wait to get after it these next 2 years, but no better than right now. Getting fired up for this year. Just got out on the field with the boys. Doggone, we're back at it, baby. Chiefs forever.
I love that he got emotional there. It was supposed to be a pump-up video, but he got emotional thinking about the 12 years of being in Kansas City. And that's the part that stuck to me on that. But, JD, what are your thoughts on him on the video, on him getting this finally, getting paid what he's worth? What are your thoughts on it, man?
Oh, man. First off, man, I can see why he's getting emotional. Something like that would pull it out of you, especially you start realizing how long you've been doing it, where you've been doing it, where all the love has been coming over these years, the amount of time and the pain and the effort and all those things that you work for every single day to get better, to show the people a great product out there on the field, to be the best. That's where all those things are drummed up, right? But I'm so happy for Travis. I am so happy for it. And to be honest with you, man, it's been past due. It has been past due that the best tight end in the NFL becomes the highest paid tight end in the NFL. And he should have been at probably 5 years ago. And I get it sometimes when it goes up at the market and it sets at where it is. But he's a special guy. He really is. He's a special tight end, and deservingly so. He should have got paid deservingly so. And I remember when Gonzalez was there, when he was ready to get paid, and the same thing. It was almost like a fight all the time. Tight ends, well, you're a tight end, and we want to only keep the market where it is. Well, these guys set the trend. Travis Kelce is not your typical tight end. He isn't. And so what he's able to do with his receptions and his contribution and production on the field is immaculate. It really is. And to get paid what he gets paid, when you watch it compared to like wide receivers, their production and how much they're getting paid, it's not even the same. And so he's been a weapon for the past few years, for a long time. And like I said before, man, this is well-deserved reward and honor, but it was long past due. But congratulations, Travis Kelce, for getting that bag, for securing that money, for becoming the highest paid tight end in the NFL. Well-deserved, no question about it. I don't think anybody would have a thought like, he shouldn't. No, this man deserves this money and even more. So, but yeah, congratulations to him. For sure.
That's 2 more years. And also too, I mean, I think it highlights the fact because a lot of people thought it was 2 more years. Like, oh man, he's extending. He's going to be here till through 2027. But now it's really 2 more years. And now we know it's only really redoing his deal that he has right now.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that when 2 years is up, 2 years is up. I mean, do you think that means that?
Too early to say now, but my guess, possibly it is. And I think he's just giving himself that window to think about it. He'll definitely do the 2, right? And when it comes to him wanting to re-sign, it's all going to be based off where his body is feeling, how he feels like he's still accomplishing things. And so sometimes you get to the point where, look, I've done everything I need to possibly do. I don't need to go win no more Super Bowl rings. I don't need to get any more records. Like I've done everything I could, physically do, emotionally give to this game. And he left it all out on the field. We've seen that. So that'll be up on him. And we all get to that point. We all do. He had to see his brother go through that. And I think this is kind of indicative of some of the emotions of where his brother is, right? And just where he's living his life now. And Travis wants to start his own family. He wants to start his own thing. And so he's got a nice little gal on his arm, okay? A really sweet lady and Mrs. Swift. So, who knows? Maybe that transpires into something beautiful and blossoms into a marriage and a life together. So, but I know sometimes when you're giving your all in football, that is your life. That's what it becomes. But I like, because Travis does a little bit more outside of that he does a little bit of comedy, goes on TV, does some commercials. I mean, he's made for TV. He's made for it. He's had such a very springy personality. And so he'll be welcomed anywhere he wants to go. He could do anything he wants to do after football. But I think it'd be just realize what he think he needs to do on the field to make that decision. So
yeah, TG walked so Travis Kelce could fly.
yeah, TG was flying too. But you're right. You're right. But that's. But I always said that tight ends just didn't really get the type of notoriety like we should. Just didn't. Even though those guys were the ones that were just putting up numbers what wide receivers were putting up.
Yeah,
and just as valuable. But still,
I was talking about from the not because obviously TG what TG did on the field was great. I'm talking about like the being a tight end like the went in the media. Like he was one. He was doing commercials. He's doing all types of things that you normally didn't see tight ends do. And it was usually quarterbacks, receivers, or running backs. TG was one of the first tight ends to do that, kind of break through that mold. So that when I say he walks, so Kelce could fly, hosting, game shows and whatnot. But yeah, obviously what TG did on the football field, that's, you can still debate. You can still debate to this day.
I think TG's still getting used to like the whole Hollywood bit. You know what I mean? So he's still got like some of that tough guy edge to him. Mm-hmm. So he'll tolerate certain things sometimes, but he's starting to get into that realm a little bit more. That's just kind of TG and his personality, though. To be honest with you, you don't like all the fluff and the grifts and stuff. If he feels tired of it, he won't do it. He's like, I ain't doing that.
You could tell on the Thursday night broadcast when he's like kind of done with like a gimmick thing they're doing. You can just tell it's like, okay, he doesn't want to do this anymore. Like that game show they were playing after that was when the Niners played. It was that Stanford versus Cal thing, and he was so done with it. You could tell he didn't want to be involved in it anymore.
Oh yeah. The funny thing is, we'll be texting all through all of that. It's crazy because we'll see him look at the phone or something. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't say that. Maybe we shouldn't talk about those things. But.
I was just checking the time. He's checking to see
the
text. That's all. Also, one thing I think I want to that stands out with Kelce now getting this. It's the fact that now Chris Jones is seemingly for the next couple of years will be in Kansas City, hopefully for the rest of his career. Andy Reid for the rest of his coaching career. Mm-hmm. Brett Veach, I don't know what's going to happen with him, but he's still a young guy. But, seemingly for the rest of his career could be a Kansas City lifer. Patrick Mahomes was the first one to ink in that decade-long deal. It's just nice to see that we're going to have the core guys that we always talk about, our big three between Chris Jones, Kelce, and Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are going to be here in KC for the long haul, like lifers in Kansas City. And that's just today doing this with Kelce, making good on it because knowing that he was underpaid for what he brings to this team. It is nice to see these guys are, this is Kansas City is home to them. As he said in that video, it's home. And it has been for the last 12 years. It's nice to see that everything they're doing for the team is, giving it back to them, right? And compensating them appropriately.
Well, I mean, I think they understand that the core group of guys had to be together and to make this whole thing work and happen. And they have the formula. They do. And so they feel like as long as they have those three together, Andy Reid, Spags, they could get this thing done. They're going to be able to win championships. They can will themselves to a championship, another Super Bowl. And that's a great place to be. It really is. Because, it's going to take more than just yourself. It's these other guys out here, right, to do it. Patrick knows he has to have, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes know they had to have Andy Reid. Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes know they need Chris Jones. That's why they made him the highest defensive player, right? Can you imagine not having Chris Jones last year when everybody wanted to get rid of him and all let him go and walk and he's asking for too much money? What would have happened? Where would you have been? So, I think the message is loud and clear by those guys. Like, look, we want to be family for a long time, okay? We want to win championships as long as we're here. And as long as we're here, we have a great chance on doing that, okay? We want to stick together on this whole plan. So, yeah, also Clark Hunt signed it. Yeah, well, Clark's going to be here. They are the Chiefs. So, for them, they understand the formula too. So, yeah, writing those checks, they got no problem doing that. I think this is definitely one of those that they should have gotten right a long time ago, but we won't talk about that. This is a top class organization, and they did right by Travis as they should have. So,
for sure, yeah, and that's the thing. Clark Hunt has been getting called out for many years being a cheap owner, especially with the NFLPA, the rankings of the facilities and all that stuff. I mean, he's come out of that whole thing, paying Andy Reid top dollar, paying Spags top dollar, paying Joe Cullen top dollar, paying Chris Jones top dollar, paying Travis Kelce top dollar. And obviously we know what he's paid Mahomes a couple of years ago. Yeah. But I mean, he's come out with this whole ththing going from the cheap owner to giving out everybody top dollar. So yeah, maybe we need to update the facilities, but he's paying he's giving the do-re-mi. He said the money speaks, money talks, and there you go.
Well, they say winning solves all problems. And so when you start winning and you bringing in the money, raining down on everybody. Everybody get a little bit of this. Everybody get a little bit of that. So, no, that's good. But definitely, sometimes facilities, when guys come in, those things don't even matter. It's about winning. It's about core group of guys. Do you have the right fit in the family for a common goal to win it all? And they do. They got the magic sauce, the formula, whatever you want to call it. Okay, the equation, that's what it is. Okay, everybody else is the pieces around it. So this is how it needs to look. Okay, to keep winning Super Bowls. Okay, in the foreseeable future. Yeah, and I'm on board for all of it, man. So well done again. Congratulations. Salary cap increase helped keep those guys. Yeah, it did. Absolutely. And that's the timing of it too, because what you can eliminate. You know what kind of like your top dollar is, what you can and will do with the salary cap, how you can make it move, who you can get here, who you don't need to get here. And so that's why sometimes they do pass on particular talent, because talent ain't not necessarily not enough. Sometimes it's just the chemistry that you need to have with everybody that's in the room, right? Everybody's on the same page. They understand what it means. When you come into the Chiefs facility, they understand it's family. You got to mold into the family. That's what has to happen. And so this is that's important, man. That's important, and we like it. We love it, because you know what? Super Bowl's been coming. Champions. That's why we get to talk, Marcus. We get up here and talk a little bit of this, right? And we get to show rubbing in people's faces, and all everybody else talks around us, and we could just laugh at them and whatever. Hey, we love it. We love it. So that's the thing about it, man. That's why we're a family. Chiefs Kingdom. This is a great time. This is a great time to be a Chiefs fan. Okay, so
it really is.
John Clifford, I want some more of it. Yes, sir. We all do. So
yes, we do. And that was the question you and I talked about before we came on, JD. We kind of talked about how he says he has 2 years left. What if? So we got back to back right now. We go 3-peat next year, then we go 4-peat. So we're saying this guy's not going to stay on if a team is coming off a 4-peat. Like, come on, you got to run it back with 5-peat. You got to do something that pretty much no one does in any sport. That's not an NFL thing. No, I don't know how many 5-peats. I mean, besides the Boston Celtics, maybe do it back in the day during the Bill Russell days.
Bill Russell. Yeah, those guys were phenomenal. Yeah.
But outside of that, that's really, you don't really, in modern day sports, it's not a thing.
Yeah, that's incredibly tough in football. It's never been done before. So could you twist his arm for that maybe the next year? Sure. Probably, possibly. But it all depends, like I said, on what you need to have. So what do you want? Is that what he wants? When you get to that place and your body's telling you beaten up and all this, what do you want? Right. And so sometimes you got to compromise with yourself and really pull out what your heart desires. Okay. And so well, hopefully that's what that is. Hopefully it's a 4-peat, Marcus.
Hopefully. We get three-peat first, and then we can talk about.
Well, I thought we already had the 3-peat in the bag, brother. After we got this good draft coming in, right? So
you're right about that.
Yeah.
But to that notion about, as long as he feels like he can continue to play at a high level, Brett Veach said today when he saw Travis Kelce running routes today at the facility, he looked like he was 28 years old. That was a quote from Brett Veach today. So,
yeah. Sure. Hey. I'll be running 28. I get $17 million a year too. I'll be on my tiptoes running, sprinting, looking good, baby. Yeah.
Well,
that's really use out of you.
He's also, like, I think people forget that he got that injury right before week 1. And everyone's like, oh man, he's old. Travis Kelce's washed. This dude literally, most people take about a month off during the season. This guy took 1 game off, played the entire season after that. The bone bruise that he had in his knee. And guess what? I mean, of course, the guy's going to look like a little hampered. He was playing with a knee injury to start the season out. Never really got time to recover from it. Yeah. Now he's got the off season to recover from it. Of course, he's going to look 28 again. He's back to his normal self. So I mean, I don't know. For people who thought he was washed,
well, a lot of things can help you out to extend your career, the longevity of it. And I go back to Gonzalez, what I seen him do. He changed his diet into more of a plant-based diet, start taking care of his body a little bit different. You have some guys, man, who are they are anomalies. They are just like Wolverine, the healing process, and able to bounce back from particular things. And so, Tony played for 17 years. I think he missed 1-2 games in the whole time. It's crazy. In the NFL, same thing. Will Shields. I think Will Shields might have, all the stars he had. So, man, some guys just have it, and it's he's got it right now. He's got it. He's got that running through his blood. So that's it. So as long as he keeps it, and he keeps, hey, knock on wood, wherever it is, knock on wood, holds on to it for like the next couple of years. So.
At least 2, and then after that we can revisit this whole thing again.
Oh yeah.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.